Me, first timer, thanks a lot for joining us here today.
No problem.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay, so I've recently graduated from Murdoch University, doing a bit broader studies, so in environmental management and sustainability with wildlife and marine biology.
Yep, awesome.
And so next year I'll be doing my honours and specialising in molecular taxonomy and phylogenetics of mesophytic corals, so
Wow.
about 150 metres depth. So
Jeez.
yeah, it's going to be very exciting.
Yeah, excellent. So today, guys, we've got both Amy, knowledgeable about coral, and David, who you may have met in our second last test stream that we did. He is underwater with our lead diver, Nathan. Well, they're not underwater yet, they're going to be underwater soon. And David is also a bit of a coral expert, so we can expect some great information about some of the corals that we find down there today. Good to see you, Pops Rocks, already in the chat here. Thank you for all of your help the other day. Jagger the cat here as well, welcome to the stream. Now guys, we're live to twitch.tv, YouTube and Facebook. I'm hoping that we are actually on all of them and it's working okay, but please let us know if something's up and I'll try to do some on-the-fly troubleshooting. So you know where we are. We are in Perth in Western Australia. We're at a place called 3 Mile, which funnily enough is about 3 miles off Mindarie, which is a little bit north of Perth. So we're looking forward to showing you what we come across there today. Being live, we have no idea what's going to be down there, but we're going to find out.
Yeah, should be good.
We have 3 camera angles for you today, potentially 4 if I think the wind is good enough for us to put the air drone up in the air and get you some footage as well from up there. We'll see how we go. Welcome to the chat, cruise control. We have our gimbal here. This is what we'll be taking you outside to meet the other guys with and stuff like that. We've just trained Amy on switching cameras over, so would you like to switch us to cam 2, which is this one?
Sure.
Just can do it via that. Yep, and hopefully
There we go.
we'll be on cam 2. So I'll give you a quick look of our area here. This is dive control. That's our well, the underwater housing that's not in the water at the moment. That view right in front of us is what we get to look at. We've got you guys here on the oh, actually you're not going to have that yet because I forgot to plug this in. Let's go to cam 3. Alright, so now that this is plugged in,
Okay, so we've got cam 3 on view at the moment.
yeah, so this will be your view that you get from underwater, guys. Thanks very much, cruise control. Waiting on connection. Alright, you should have it come up anytime now. We'll just double check. Cam 2 is running. Not quite yet. Alright, we'll bring it back to us for now. That should connect itself sometime soon anyway. I think I plugged that one in. Yep, it should be alright. It'll get its connection sometime soon.
Okay, so yes, we're good.
Yeah, no, we haven't got that connection up yet. That's alright, it'll get there. That is our wireless HDMI connection, and it takes a little bit of time to get itself sorted out. What they may need to do is, let's just swap spots for a sec, Amy, if you don't mind popping out, and I'll hop over that side. I'll reset that connection and we should be right. I probably yeah, Alright, we'll give that a minute, guys. Hopefully we end up getting a few people viewing us on the YouTube and the Facebook. And looking forward to getting some nice high quality footage from underwater here. once the guys get in. They're pretty close. We'll take you out to meet them in just a minute. You want to just double check that cam 2 has got a connection yet? Or is it still waiting to connect? You see down the bottom there.
Yep.
Can you see anything on the screen?
Yep.
I'm
Got a
waving?
connection.
Great, alright.
Yes.
Yep,
We're
good. So,
we're good.
welcome to Dive Control. This is our projector screen where we get to see what's going on live. And that's our camera. There's our laptop, and there's Amy. Let's take you out to meet the crew. Now, I need to quickly teach you this as well.
Sure.
This on here is our microphone. Number 2, when we're using it, needs to be. You can turn that one off when we're using that, but when we switch it back on, you've got to hit either mic 1 on or that on off. So otherwise, we get duplicated audio. I will fix that. All right, let's take you out to meet the guys out here. It's a little bit of a rocky day here again today. Let's say hi to Nathan, lead diver here. Hello. You would have seen him yesterday if you joined us there. We've got our skipper, Rob. Thanks a lot for taking us out here again. Is it rockier than it was yesterday?
Yeah.
All right, well hopefully the visibility is all right.
Than you had yesterday as well.
I have.
So you would have been
up that, I've been feeling it a little bit.
To
And guys, David here.
How you going?
Some of you would have seen him a couple of streams ago. You want to give us a quick rundown on yourself while you're getting ready there, David?
Yeah, my name's David. I'm a PhD student, and I look at coral taxonomy, so I look at different species. And yeah, love diving, love outreach, and it's great to be on board, show you what's under our temperate reefs.
Excellent, we're really looking forward to it today. We've got a few people already in chat. Great to have you here so soon. And yeah, this is it. This is our beautiful vision that we have out here, just out from Mindarie Marina in Perth in Western Australia. And let's head back in, and the guys are just going to jump in the water. Alright, so we can switch back to cam 1 and turn the mic back on. Hopefully. All good. Alright, you're up, Amy. Had anyone else in the chat?
Yep, still the same.
Still the same, no worries.
It is a beautiful day out here today though. Nice and sunny, so we'll see what the visibility is like when we get in the water.
Yeah. It's a little bit choppy there, so it may be a little bit less than we're used to, but we're not going to know until they jump in.
That's it. Nonetheless, I'm sure we'll see some cool things anyway.
Yeah. Low visibility just means that the guys have to get a little bit closer. Right?
That's it, yes.
We want to get close to the coral anyway. Alright, let me sneak back in here. Alright, Pops Rocks is actually one of our mods here. He's just joined the mod crew. Thanks a lot for your help the other day, Pops Rocks as well. He'll be keeping an eye on things for us. Oh, I don't have that CETO command set up there yet, buddy. I will need to we'll need to get that sorted sometime soon. I'm not going to be able to do it on the fly here, unfortunately. I completely forgot about that one. Alright, everything's looking pretty stable. Did the quality look good when we were outside? Spamming away, awesome, thanks man. Alright, so the other thing that we haven't gone through yet is that. So if you want to pull the box down just next to us here.
Yep.
when the guys are in the water, we can obviously press that and talk, and we need to put the volume up enough that the guys on the stream can hear them responding to us as well. So once they're in the water, we'll do a comms check, and hopefully there won't be any issues there.
Awesome. So yeah, any questions that you guys have, we can ask the divers.
Alright, I am going to shoot up, make sure that they are all good. We'll leave you here for a tick, unless you feel like grabbing the gimbal and coming out with us.
Yeah, sure, we can do that.
Excellent.
Sounds like fun.
Alright, so switch us back.
Alright, I'll switch
So
you back to
mic
cam
one,
2
yeah,
and mic 1 off.
And you can come around, grab it.
Got it? Okay. Let's go for a walk.
Oh, just a quick one. With this, you hold it down there, and that thing you don't really want to touch, and just do its thing. If you tilt it too much, it'll start to tilt. Oh no, it won't start to tilt. There we go. It'll start to tilt down and up, so you can actually aim at things too. But that's like a joystick. It'll actually move it. So if you accidentally touch it, that's why it went sideways for you.
No worries. Okay, so we're still learning the ropes of the gimbal.
As we mentioned, guys, this is our first dive. If you need the second hand on it, you can also chuck this down, and it's like a
Okay.
pretty cool because we get nice scenic footage from it too. Alright, well David's already in the water, guys. Nathan not far behind. Beat. I was going to beat him. He's been hanging out for it.
Is it nice in the water?
Can't hear you.
No, you got it. Got a hand signal, so.
Oh, right. Awesome. So Amy, also an avid diver. Looking forward to joining us in the water as well sometime soon.
I am, yes. Definitely. So I've got my Dive Master certification, so I'll definitely be looking forward to getting in the water sometime soon.
Hey, Brindy68, welcome to the stream. Thanks for joining us.
And in they go.
Alright. We'll do a comms check first.
This is a nice view from the boat.
Alright. Oh, hang on. I want to let you guys see this.
Right, so now we'll be connecting up to the underwater camera.
any visuals from that. We are
Audio.
just audio, I hope. Okay, we'll just switch spots. I think this is to stop our stuff from getting too close to the bottom. Right, do we have some visuals happening from the screen in there?
Yes, we do.
Awesome. What's the scene look like?
We'll go check it out. Yep, so the camera looks great. Visibility is quite good from what we can see at the moment.
So one thing I wanted to mention, guys, is that if you're watching this on Facebook or on Twitch and you're finding that you're getting buffering on the stream, it may be worth moving over to the YouTube channel, just because we have transcoding on the YouTube channel, and you'll be able to set a lower quality, which will help you with the stream. Unfortunately, because we need affiliate status and we're a brand new channel on Twitch, we won't be able to offer transcoding until we get to that point, which is going to be a few dives in. Alright, let's go back in.
Okay.
That flickering, so they're back on that other view.
That's alright.
That's not going over live.
Comms check there, mate.
Affirmative, we hear you, Nathan.
Yeah, run it.
Okay guys, you've got us back on camera here shortly. We have Mike enabled here, we'll be chatting to you, and let's go back to the guys underwater. Right. So feel free to chat to the guys as well.
Hi guys, did you need any more cable or are you okay for now?
We might need another 20 metres.
Another 20 meters? So what depth are you guys at the moment?
Excellent question. I have no idea. Alright, 10.8.
Sorry, we didn't quite catch the depth there, David.
10.8.
Okay, so the divers are at 10.8 meters at the moment.
Oh yeah, there we go. We can see his torch there. Sorry, his dive. What are they called? Dive computer. YouTube's looking good as well. Awesome. Thanks, guys. Let's just have a quick look at how
Bit
many.
murky down here today.
Oh, is it? Bit murky.
Spooky.
David having a search around to see if he can find something interesting to point out for us so far.
Yep, so the divers are going through a lot of kelp at the moment. Looks quite dense.
How far from shore are we this dive, Rob? 3.5? 2.5. 2.5 kilometres from shore here, guys. You can turn that up a bit if you need. Yeah.
Okay, so the divers have said they've just spotted a damsel fish. Wonder if we'll see it on camera.
I think the damsel fish David was talking about the other day, are they the ones that are like 80 or 90 years old when they're that sort of size? I think he was talking about damsel fish then.
Oh, I think it just swam past. Yeah, so the damsel fish are herbivores, so they eat algae off the rocks and corals. So damsel fish are actually known to garden out their food as well. So in a damselfish territory, you'll actually have their preferable food growing there. And they're also the ones that give you little nips as you swim by, because they are very territorial as well.
Right. Thanks a lot for sharing us around Point Blank, that's great. Are any of you who are watching on Twitch having issues with buffering, or are we all pretty good?
Did you guys see the nudie break?
A nudie break?
Okay guys, so if you can see sort of in the center of the screen, the dark blue and light blue, really small slug looking thing, that is a nudibranch. Okay, so we've had a question about how many different species are found in the area. So there is around about 1,000 different species of seaweed in WA. So it is very diverse.
Thanks very much for the follow there. That was Sledhead coming in with the follow. Thanks, Sledhead. Looks like they're in a cave or big overhanging rock there.
Oh, looks like a wrasse just went by on camera as well.
So of course, the cool thing about what we're doing here is that if we miss it up on the screen there, we get to see it 15 seconds later on the laptop. Our first Facebook message coming in from Dimity. Dimity's actually one of our team members. She almost made it out to join us today as a diver, but didn't quite, and she's really looking forward to joining us on one of our next dives. But good to have you here as well, Dimity. Thanks for joining.
And yes, Pop Rocks, Australia is very diverse. We're really lucky because we've got the influence of tropical and temperate regions, so the range of species is really extensive.
Do you copy, Jason? There you go, Scully.
We're good up here. How are you guys doing?
Can you take the camera for a sec?
Okay, so Jagger the Cat's just asked what kind of camera we're using for the underwater work. This would definitely be a question for Jason.
Yep, I can help you with that one, guys. Okay, so the equipment we're using here is a customized underwater housing. We are using, for those of you who are familiar with IRL technology for people wandering around doing streams, the Sony action cameras are actually one of the most popular versions of action cams for IRL, and we have one of those in the underwater housing, which is why we get such epic footage from the stream here. And Facebook guys can't see your messages, I don't believe, but we can see all of them.
Can you guys repeat that?
It gets a little bit harder for us to hear the divers underwater when they're close to the rocks. Sorry, Nathan, can you repeat that for us, please?
Oh, they can hear a boat.
Oh, right, okay. Yeah, understood.
That's it. So we're just going to make sure the cable does not get in the pathway of any boats. So there's a really cool variety of coralline algae, different sponges, making a really nice, diverse colour scheme in the water today. Brown algae, red algae as well. we go. So we've got a school of fish coming by here as well. They're a bit hard to see on our screen. I'll see what the divers say. Hey guys, so can you please tell our viewers what we are looking at the moment?
These are bullseye. They look to live in caves, but these are juveniles.
Sorry, could you please repeat that?
Hey, here is snake slug and any break. Right up.
So there's another nudibranch just in front of us on the screen there. Also a sea urchin above it. He's very cute, so he would be smaller than the size of your pinky finger. Okay, so Pop Rocks has asked about the rock lobsters. It is most definitely possible to find rock lobsters. They do range along most of the WA coast. Whether they will go and catch any today, probably not. But yeah, we can definitely ask them to have a look under some rocks and caves.
Are we losing them in comms a little bit? Yeah? Yeah, just a
Yeah,
second.
it's a bit hard to understand comms at the moment, but that's okay.
They are quite a long way from the boat. They're probably 50 metres away.
Hi divers, feel free to check under some rocks and caves. We do have a few viewers that would like to see some rock lobsters, if you find any. Hello, DRWD40. Thank you. So we've got another viewer as well. I'm looking at both. Yep.
So yeah, a bit of a shout out for the Dr. WD40. Is a pretty prominent IRL streamer and part of a very cool group of educational IRL streamers as well. If you want to shout you guys out in the chat there, Dr. WD40, that would be awesome. I may not even have that command working yet. Sorry, Pops Rocks, because of it being a new channel, I will need to sort that one out too. I think Pops Rocks, you can do hopefully an exclamation mark commit space Dr. WD40, and he can chuck a link to his channel straight in here. Great having you here, mate. So a few nudibranchs so far, huh?
We've seen a couple.
Yep.
So those nudibranchs are quite common to find around Perth.
Oh, we got a raid. Wow, Caitlin V3 raids us with 129 viewers. Welcome to the stream. Thanks a lot, guys. You've come in at a great time. We're underwater here with our divers. What did Nate just say?
Hi Nate, could you please repeat that for us?
This is a Goshen area lobster. This is an endemic coral.
Thanks for all the follows coming through, guys. Really good to have you here. This is our official first launch for CETO, Connecting Eyes to Oceans. First time we've streamed to this channel too, so it's amazing getting all the support. Really happy to have you all here. What's David looking at here? I think they're probably a little bit too far from the boat at the moment, so we're not getting their audio through right now. Just so you know, guys, the audio comms, the voice comms, I should say, is ultrasonic wireless. So the further they get from the boat, or if they have things like caves and rocks and stuff between them and the boat, it can interfere with us being able to hear them and talk to them. Please go ahead and, if you're watching us through Twitch, go ahead and follow Caitlin V3. Thanks so much for the support, Caitlin. And I hope we can show you some incredible views here.
Okay, so we've got a lot of juvenile fish on screen at the moment, definitely making use of that beautiful kelp habitat. There was a couple of wrasse that went by in the background as well.
Are there seals out there? Question coming in from Bastion Player. Well, look, the ocean's a big place. Seals can go wherever they like, but I'm not sure about this particular spot being a hot spot for seals.
Yeah, there's definitely seals in WA. Most likely, more likely to run into them sort of around the Rockingham, Mandurah area. But yeah, I probably won't be seeing a seal today, I don't think.
A couple of our trial streams ago, right at the end of the stream, we were lucky enough to see about a 1.5 metre stingray just float on by underneath the divers as they were coming up from the dive. It was pretty cool. Bit of a highlight for me. It's the biggest bit of fauna that we've seen on stream so far.
Sea urchin inside the little cave just there.
What part of the world are we in? We are in Perth in Western Australia, just a little bit north of Perth City, about 3 or 2.5 kilometres out from Mindarie at a site called 3 Mile. Or close to. Oh, we're in between the 1 mile and the 3 mile. You can figure out why they called them those. Yeah, that way. So that's the sea urchin that we're looking at there. What do you know about sea urchins, Amy?
Okay, well, sea urchins, they're very common in WA, or in Australia actually. So they have long, thin spines. Don't stand on them, they are poisonous. So they do filter feed, and they can also become a problem as well, sort of in the balance of the ecosystem. If the grazers are fished out and there is an overgrowth of algae, you can also get sea urchins kind of overpopulating and taking over an area.
Ah, right. This is where I guess our colloquial sort of word or saying for them, at least some of them, is the crown of thorns, right? Is that what this is, or is it a different
No,
thing?
so crown of thorns is a starfish, or crown of thorns starfish.
Okay, yep.
So yeah, they do have quite a problem with the crown of thorns on the Great Barrier Reef. As far as I'm aware, they haven't actually discovered the main caution outbursts there.
Right.
So yeah, it's something that's being heavily researched at the moment.
Yeah, interesting. If you haven't already figured out, guys, I'm the tech guy here, so I don't know a great deal about the underwater side of things, which is why we've got amazing people like Amy and David here with us as part of Team CETO. Thanks for all the follows. We see them coming through on the screen, guys. Really appreciate you being here. We're going to be bringing you as many cool underwater streams as possible from here off the WA coast. Hey, Controller Zen, finally live after so many trials.
Do we have any marine experts or marine biologists following here, guys? We know we do have a professor, but is there anybody else as well?
Frex, how many types of sea urchins are there? In New Zealand we call them kina and eat them. Okay. I'm not sure off the top of our head how many types of sea urchins there are. I'm guessing that there is a lot. We will try to find out for you though.
Yeah, I'm not too sure on the amount of species of sea urchins, specifically in Western Australia.
It's like a couple of bigger fish that the guys were looking at just then. Didn't quite pick the species.
It's a damsel fish just in front there.
Oh, that was a damsel fish, was it? Yeah. So since we've got so many people here at the moment, I do want to mention that if you're having any troubles viewing the stream here on twitch.tv, we are also streaming to our Facebook page as well as our YouTube channel. And if you're finding that you're getting buffering because of the bitrate here on Twitch, you are welcome to head over to the YouTube page as well. That one you'll be able to change the quality of, because unfortunately being a new channel here on Twitch, we don't have transcoding yet, so that will be a little way off. The surge doesn't look too bad down there at the moment, does it?
No, it looks okay. I think it's definitely a bit rockier up here on the boat.
Yeah, we're feeling it a bit.
We are, yes. Even I'm starting to feel it a
really?
bit.
Do
Yes.
you need me to grab your water or something?
That's okay.
Yeah. Oh, we got a starfish there. Little yellow one.
Okay, so Jagger the Cat's just asking what lighting we're using
Right.
and what do we have to run power to the lights from the boat, Jason?
Okay, well we actually have dual diving torches on there. Slightly modified by myself, but they're fairly standard. We've got them strapped to the underwater camera housing, and they have batteries, probably enough battery power to run for 4 odd hours each. But they do a great job of bringing out the proper colours in front of the camera as well. And I just have a lot of stuff that needs to be recharged between streams all the time. But yeah, that's what it is, and so we don't need power to them. They just have some nice batteries. This project itself has been about... Oh, hang on. Do we have a crate, a rock lobster? Sorry.
I was just thinking it does look like
Oh,
there is
up on the
a
ledge.
rock lobster in there. Yes, okay,
Oh,
so there you go. We've got a rock lobster just hiding in the cave here. You can see its feelers sticking out the top.
They're just trying to pop the camera
yeah.
up on the ledge there to see it.
I think they're just trying to get the camera in. There we go, guys.
Yeah, so Skypost, this project has been somewhere between 1 and 2 years of R&D and work for me to put together, and quite a few, 7 actually, test streams. So we've been slowly improving on quality and everything over that time, and we're looking forward to continuing to improve and bring you even better quality streams as we move forward. As far as the internet side of things, we are doing what's called bonding, so basically combining 6 SIM cards across 3 mobile networks in order to get you the quality that we're getting. Unfortunately, they're working this far offshore as well. Getting pretty rocky.
It is, yes.
I think the way we see it, guys, is that we're lucky enough, very fortunate actually, to have as beautiful visions under the ocean and waters off the Western Australian coast here that we do. And the chance to be able to share that with anyone from anywhere in the world, whether they potentially may not be able to scuba dive or have never been scuba diving or are scared of the water, you know, being able to show this sort of thing to people and actually let you ask questions and get live answers straight on stream here is the vision and what we want to achieve for you. Yeah, Rob, our skipper here, Jagger, has been kind enough to basically let me have full control over the tech side of things in the boat. So we have a 4G cell booster installed on the boat, so that's helping us with the Wi-Fi coverage, or sorry, the 4G mobile coverage, as well as our projector set up so that we can actually see what's happening live underwater, straight from where we're sitting here inside the boat. Welcome to the stream, Coffee Taco Moose. Great to be able to offer this to those of you who have children who want to see some of the amazing views from under the ocean here as well.
I might just check and see how our divers are doing as well.
Yeah, sure thing.
Hi divers, how are you guys going down there?
Yeah, I can hear you. Doing well. I'm doing well.
Okay, so our audio connection with the divers is quite good at the moment. Is there anything that you guys would like to ask them?
Hey, David, have you got a copy?
Divers, can you guys not go any further out as well? Because we do have a good connection here. Brought some cable in.
Yeah, copy that.
So we've got a few questions for you. Our viewers are just wanting to know what the water temperature is like and the current down there. Is there any currents at the moment?
Water temperature is cold. Not sure exactly what, but it's a lot colder than I thought. And there's no current and a lot of surge.
Okay, so just in case you guys didn't hear that, they did report that it is quite cold down there, colder than expected. There's not much of a current, but there is a fair bit of surge. So that's also evident in those kelp forests. You can see them swaying to and fro. Yeah, it does get quite cold diving in WA. We do have temperate waters down here. They do go warmer the more north you go, where the Lewin current is. So I'll just see what they were saying. Could you please repeat that? Hey, Oceanaria McMillie is a coral that they were just looking at. Okay, so compared to other places, I'm just going to go off my experience. So I've done a fair bit of diving. I've dived in Greece, Spain, Egypt, around the Philippines, Komodo, Indonesia, and up north. So there's definitely a lot more life to see around coral reef systems, which do occur in the tropical areas, so closer to the equator. Here in Perth, we're sort of in more a temperate region, but we do have some influence of the Lewin current, which comes from the tropical area. So we do still get a lot of diversity. As far as seeing things like sea turtles and all the reef fish, yeah, it's probably a lot better doing that in temperate regions. But you know, once you're an avid diver and you really get into the marine world, it's really interesting to see the kind of species that hang around the seaweed and kelp forests in these temperate regions also. Okay, no worries, guys. Yeah, so Jason, the divers are going to start heading back towards the boat now. Sure. Okay, so our divers have now got their torch out, so it must be a little dark down there. They seem to be trying to go through a cave, or have a look into a cave. That's great, Jagger the cat. So yeah, that's one thing I really love about this initiative that Jason's doing with CETO. It's really great to get this stream to people that, for whatever reason, can't go in the water. Yeah, it's really awesome to see the kind of marine life we've got here. We are very lucky.
I'd also like to mention here, guys, how thankful we are for both David and Amy to be joining us here on the dive today. If you can chuck some hype in the chat and thank Amy, she can obviously see what you're saying right here. But we do appreciate you making it and hope you're having fun on your first experience with us.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. I'm really lucky to be involved. This is definitely the first of anything like this that I've done before, so yeah, I'm sure with more and more dives I will even start learning a lot more as well, and be able to expand that information to you guys as well. Thanks guys, it's good to hear everybody's enjoyed the dive.
So depending on how things go and how surgy it is down there, I know both of the divers bought 2 tanks, so we may well be able to go down and have a second dive in a different location not too far away, maybe find you some extra bits and pieces.
Yeah, so we're getting a really good stream down there. So we've just got our skipper has come to watch some of the footage as well. And it's good our divers are getting nice and deep into the caves there to show the viewers. Yeah, there's definitely a lot of sponges, a lot of algae. But you know, they're also important parts of the ecosystem.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
Okay, thanks Skypost Forever. It was really great to have you as a viewer today.
Hopefully that doesn't turn off now. What if it does? Lucy, welcome to the stream. So Splucy is an awesome fellow Perth streamer who was out here on the boat with us yesterday doing some fishing, and brought a bunch of viewers along with her. We had a great little time. She was catching lots of fish. Guys, please head over to her channel, give her a follow. We got some good footage in here so far today, Splucy. Lots of Splucy lovers here in the chat already, which is great. I think because we've got David under the water here today, he's going to be concentrating a little more on the different corals that they might find down there, because he is a bit more of a specialist when it comes to the different corals and explaining what they are and how they're interacting with each other. I don't think he's seen too many corals down there at this particular site so far, has he?
No, I think most of the things we've seen are just the coralline algae. We've seen a couple down there. So do you think there's possible streaming happening in Perth, maybe a bit more north where there's more of a coral reef system happening?
That would be really cool. Look, I mean, it's going to come down a little bit to whether we can fund taking a team up north, and also what sort of a mobile network coverage there is there, because obviously we don't want to do the trip, head up there and then realise that there's no or not good enough internet access there for us to be able to actually stream for you guys. We will do what we can though. Yeah, the close-ups under the rocks are very cool. I find it amazing that you can see some of these caves where the rocks are massive, and then the connection of the rock to the rock underneath is tiny. It's almost as if it's just gonna snap off and...
Got a few species of sea urchins there again.
Hey Inside Sources, welcome to the stream. Thanks for the follow, and thanks for the follow as well, Misbehaving too.
Oh, so that in front of us there looks like a stalked Ascidian. Sort of looks like a balloon underwater.
Yeah, it does. Interesting colour as well. Sort of bluish, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
They do. They come in all different sorts of colours and shapes. There it is. Okay, no worries. So our divers are going to slowly start heading up. that's David, one of our divers, just waving to you on camera. Yeah, so thanks Inside Sources for your question about the kind of camera and internet we use for this. So yeah, this is also Jason's domain. He was explaining though that we do use a Sony camera in an underwater housing.
Yeah, so we've got about 70 metres of cable to a customised underwater housing holding a Sony action cam. And the internet is being handled by 6 SIM cards across 3 mobile networks here. So that we've got a fair amount of redundancy and hopefully not many dropouts or lags. How have you guys found it so far? Has it been pretty solid, or have you been seeing a little bit of lag on the stream?
Okay, that's fantastic to know. There's been no lags that we know of at the moment, so hopefully you guys had a really good screening. Okay, so our divers are almost at the surface of the water. Oh, I don't know. Bring the camera out.
Take that up.
Yeah. Okay, so we'll just go see our divers. With the camera, hello.
Alright, we've got a video on that cam now, so...
How are we feeling? Nice and warm? Just in case you guys didn't know, the water does take away your body heat 20 times faster than when you're just on land, so that's why our divers do get a bit chilly after a while.
I ran into a little leopard shark.
Okay, so there was a leopard shark seen.
Yeah.
We didn't see it on camera, but
No,
it was a bit quick.
caught me off guard. 1 point.
Still got all your toes, eh?
Yeah, he's just a wee baby.
Alright, that's the housing up.
Okay.
How was it down there, Nate?
Yeah, a bit surgy, but
Yeah, it was rough, wasn't it?
yeah.
Like a washing machine.
Like a washing machine.
It's like you're in a big industrial washing machine.
Yeah, real surgy. Real
You see that? 2 endemic corals. Those plating ones. That was cool.
Right, okay.
McNeely and Marche. But the genus has changed, as always.
I think you guys might have been a little bit too far from us for us to get much of you talking on the stream, but probably something that we need to look at, getting you guys a bit closer to the boat for the comms when we're getting stuff explained.
Yeah, we basically have to park on top of it, I think.
Yeah, we ran out of the lead, the cat. There was like so much cool stuff.
Yeah.
Did you see the crate?
Yeah, we did.
Okay,
It was
did,
up
mate.
on-
And then
up on
I
the
noticed
ledge,
the
right?
lens
Yeah, it
might
was
have been
great.
covered, and I was like, ah.
So we saw the crate.
Cool.
People were happy.
Yeah, I was looking everywhere. Did you get the big guy? That wasn't it.
Oh, what, at the very start?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
So are we missing not being down there?
I am, yeah, I'm a little bit jealous, but
I thought it was a jump.
there's always next time.
Yep, for sure.
Maybe they found-
What are you guys thinking? Are we looking at a second dive, or is it getting too bad down there?
A bit surgy. I don't know, up to you, boss.
I might get the gauge on it.
What does the skipper say?
What is this?
I find that it gets a bit windier, that's all, but the wind's
Might
coming
get
up.
a bit more surgery.
The wind's coming up a bit, but that's not going to worry you guys down below. More
Uh,
as well.
How are you feeling?
Oh yeah, I'm alright. I haven't puked.
Even if we do a shorter one, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like you can't call it and come on up anyway.
Yeah.
I forgot to strap my phone to my wrist, guys, so I can't see any of your chat coming through at the moment. Oh, Amy's going to save me here and bring the... You'll need to unplug my phone as well.
Yeah.
Just move over something.
Did you, where were you? Just directly north.
Yeah, and all the three-dimensional reef kind
So-
of just started there.
You can just unplug, not that one, the other one. Yeah, just unplug that, and you can bring that whole thing up, and it should have everyone's chat on it. We can
Chance you going north?
ask some questions of the divers now that they're up top.
Yeah.
What have we got there?
Get good as we were heading north. So.
How far is that?
You can scroll up a little if you like.
I'll do that now while we're
But go ahead and ask any questions. We've got Nathan on the left here sitting down, and David just getting his gear off. Actually, that's not the right way to put it. Getting his tank off right there. Any questions while they're here between dives, guys? Go ahead and shoot it into the chat. What are you using for comms with the divers? We are using full face, or they are using full face masks. Hang on a sec. Hey Rob, do we need to pull that transducer up before you move? Yes, so speaking of the comms, there is a transducer heading off the boat, which Nathan's just gone to pull up before we move to a different location. That allows the divers to ultrasonically, that is wirelessly, chat with us up on the boat. It is not as reliable as I suppose we would hope to get to, but you know it's going to get better.
Pretty low voltage too.
But the batteries are, yeah.
One, two, three. They've done 3 dives. They've done 4 dives now. Just set batteries.
So guys, we've had a question through. What was the best part of the dive?
I guess it's all, the whole dive. You don't know what you're going to get when you get out there. Like we hit the bottom and it was just sand, and then we found a nice patch, and then as you so that's good. You find a good spot, and then as we cruised over the top of that, the ground changes. It gets more cavey, it gets more crevassey, it gets more surgy, it gets more. Everything is constantly changing as you're moving across the ground. So that's the exciting part for me, is you're discovering something completely new every time. It's constantly changing.
Awesome. Now is our marine biologist here, David. What about you? What's your...
Yeah, so I think the substrate moving, changing is really cool. And just what you can find there. So I think finding that the 2 endemic corals was quite cool, because usually you find them in the deep off Rotto.
Right.
In fact, they were kind of around the kelps, and it was just sitting there in a nook and cranny, and they were both species, which I thought was actually really cool for this site.
Yeah, excellent.
That was quite fascinating actually, because we're only in 10 metres of water, and normally you find them at the back of Rotto in about 20 metres under ledges and in caves.
Yep.
So that was very interesting.
So for those of you who are unaware, endemic means that the species is localised just to our area. That is, like, internationally wise, this is the only spot that you find it.
Yeah.
And when David refers to Rotto, this is an island that's not far off our coast here in Perth. And Rotto's pretty special as far as seas and currents are concerned. I think Amy can tell us a little bit about Rotto. This is where the seas converge from different climates. Is that right? That's why we get a lot of diversity in sea life.
Yeah, so we'll get influence of the Lewin current as well. We do have some currents coming from southwest Australia bringing cool waters, whereas the Lewin brings the warm currents. So we do have a range of temperate species, and we also get corals. So it's why we have a lot of diversity there.
Yeah, excellent. And something else which is pretty exciting about Rottnest, I believe, is Shark Cave.
Yes.
From what I've heard.
Yeah, plenty of grey nurses, but you need to go there on a really, really calm day when the swell is low and the wind's low.
Yep.
And that's a 25-metre deep dive, which is just fantastic. There's a couple of resident grey nurse sharks there, which, is quite majestic.
That would be awesome, Zach. I haven't been there, but it's definitely on my list. So speaking of sharks, I've had a question. So you said that a shark caught you off guard. Streambot would like to know, how do you react in that situation?
Sure. Wow. Yeah. Just, off guard. It was kind of, it popped out of the sand. It was only a leopard shark about yay. And, at first it's always a surprise, and then you Follow it.
better you follow it than it follow you, right?
Yeah, he nicked off, he escaped. It was alright. I think I woke him up. He was asleep.
Well, everyone's always grumpy when they get woken up, right?
Yeah.
I sure am.
Sweet. So just a quick learning on the job here. When it says restream bot, that's actually the chat being moved from another
right,
thing. So if you,
that's
it
not
was
his name.
Twitch Tracker 0011. That's the actual name of the person. So restream bot is very talkative.
TV problems.
So guys, the skipper's moving us over to another location, which he thinks will be a good spot for us to have the guys jump back in. How long they stay in the water is going to be completely up to them, and it's going to be based on how surgy it is down there. If it's throwing them around and they don't have very good visuals, then we won't end up being down there for too long. But we'll see how things go. And this is a pretty good first sort of example for you all who are new to the CETO channel, which is everyone actually, as to what our dives are going to be like. So it really comes down to conditions, and unfortunately that also means that we're not going to be able to set up streaming schedules, etc., because we're just going to have to keep an eye on the weather, wait for good days, put the word out to our team and see who can make it, and then put the word out to you guys on social media about it as well. But while I'm talking about social media, I'll quickly plug that. We can be found on Facebook at facebook.com/CETO now. That is CETO.
It's a bit windy on the mic.
Is it? Yeah, actually, that's probably something that I'll be able to fix at some point. We also have Instagram.com/CETO now, Twitter.com/CETO now, and of course Twitch.tv/CETO now. I would love to encourage you guys to hop on our YouTube channel and chuck us a sub on the YouTube channel, because we need a few more subs to be able to nab CETO now on YouTube as well. So I'd really appreciate it if you could do that for us as well, guys.
I know. Next time, definitely.
Alright, anyone else coming in on the chat now? Oh yeah, we need a dead cat on the camera here. I've got a couple of them at home. I'm sure I'll be able to chuck them on there. Won't be a problem. I'm getting messages from our mobile service providers saying that we're we're busting the data plans. It's alright, we'll be right. Please link socials in the command. Yes, I definitely will pop rocks. But for those of you who missed my spelling of it, it's just like we have here on Twitch. CETO stands for Connecting Eyes to Oceans Now. Alright, we see it in the distance there. There's either burning off or a bushfire or something happening up north there. Okay, engine off. We're hopefully in another good spot for you guys.
Yep. So he's got a new battery.
Oh, in the comms, nice. So hopefully we'll get a little bit more range out of the comms this time. Hopefully you won't need to go quite as far too. Yeah, I think we probably used somewhere between 9 and 12 gigabytes of data on yesterday's stream, and we're probably going to beat that today. So we'll see how we go.
I'll give you your fins back to this side.
Yeah.
I got alloy. I need 2 more weights now.
Yes, YouTube chat can see your chat, and I believe you guys can see YouTube's chat as well, right? Oh, no worries at all, Brindy. Thank you for the congrats on the launch. We're really glad to be out here. Awesome to have both David and Amy with us here today, as well as Nath, the regular champion diver when he's in town and not working. And should also ask for massive shout out props in chat for our skipper here, Rob. Without him and his wonderful boat that we've got access to, we wouldn't be able to bring you these streams as well. So really appreciate you and everything you do for us too, Rob.
Thanks, Rob.
Welcome, Rob.
Thank you.
So while the guys are prepping for the next dive, I will take you back into the dive control here with Amy, and we'll give you another look at the equipment that we're using here. Now the underwater housing, before I go in, is this one here. A couple of dive torches, and you can actually see at the front here our little Sony camera poking its head out there. So that's our comms gear. What's it feel like in the water, David? Is it pretty easy to maneuver with and handle?
Yeah, it's really great.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And buoyancy wise,
Like being in
it's like being in space. Okay, so
Which
it's
I've never
not
been.
pulling you down or pulling you up.
No.
Perfect.
I think the hardest part is trying to think about the viewers and realise that you just need really slow, steady movements.
Yep.
And just remembering that if we see something cool, to kind of, count to 10 seconds, I guess.
So
which
that
is
they
all
get a
practice.
yeah,
to have a look,
course.
and that's always in the back of your mind.
Yep.
I think a lot of practice. I'm no cameraman.
Yep. Excellent.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, I mean, this is all stuff that we will learn and get better with. All right, let's take you back into dive control here on the boat. This is the projector screen that we get to see what's going on live from underwater. Moving over this way, we have Amy in her host spot just here.
Hello.
We've got the backpack which handles all of the internet connectivity. Now, I'm not sure how long we've been live so far, but we can see my batteries here. 41% there, 48% on the other ones, so they're handling everything okay. We have another 2 backup batteries there ready to be hotspot plugged in when we need them. The laptop here has you guys on chat and has our 15-second delayed video there as well. And we've got our Ocean Reef dive com stuff here as well. So this is where you guys are able to hear the guys chatting to us. When we can hear them, you can hear them. And of course the projector. That's it. Let me strap you guys back onto my wrist here. I'll just leave you looking at Amy here at the moment. Stick you down there. Yeah, guys, if you've got any suggestions, please feel free to send them through to us. You can, best bet is actually probably just to send us a message through whichever of the services are that you're watching us on, and I'll endeavour to get back to you and consider any suggestions that come through as well. Alright, what I'm going to do, I think, is I'm going to try to put the drone up in the air and give you guys a little bit of a view of the boat from up top. So
Sounds good.
this is going to be the first time I'm going to have tried this. So what I'll do is I'll get Amy to move back to her on camera, and you can have a chat to her, ask any questions that you may have. And I'll go ahead and see what I can do about getting this drone in the air and hopefully not crashing it.
Good luck.
Awesome.
Hey guys, so Jason's just going to go and set the drone up so we'll be able to get a nice aerial view of our dive site. Yeah, in the meantime, feel free to ask any questions. I will do my best to answer them. Okay, what led me into marine biology? Well, it was a bit of a long process. I did start diving maybe 6 years ago. Believe it or not, I was actually terrified of open water to a degree. So I thought I would hit that fear on the head by going and doing my dive masters, which was an incredible experience. And just the underwater world is so diverse, and it's like another world down there. So I got really interested in the underwater world then. When I started university, I was actually doing community development and international aid. However, the first chance I got of doing a science unit, I just absolutely loved it, and there was no looking back from there. So that's when I decided to add marine biology to my degree.
I'm sorry to say, but the wind is up it's too strong up there for me to put the drone in the air. So the guys are going to jump in the water again very shortly. Keep chatting with the guys and girls.
Okay, so it's a bit windy. There will be no drone today, but that's okay. Our divers are pretty much ready to get in the water soon. The average depth, you guys, about 10 meters. Yeah, so the average depth that the divers are at on our last dive was about 10 meters. Temperature was 20 degrees.
Oh yeah.
Yep, it looks okay. My best experience, did you mean just in general in the ocean, or as during my studies of marine biology? In the ocean. Okay, so I've been really lucky. I did travel quite a bit, so I have done a fair bit of diving in places a lot of people haven't been. Two awesome experiences would have to be in Komodo, so that's just in Flores, which is in northern Indonesia, just northern Bali almost. So there was a spot there. It was in the middle of some currents that were swirling around, and we hooked ourselves onto the bottom about 20 meters down, and it was just like a feeding frenzy of sharks and schools of fish, and that was really cool to watch. A little bit scary at first, but yeah, definitely one of the highlights. Also, if you ever get a chance to visit Manta Rays at a cleaning station, so they come up onto the shallower bits of the reef, and they get the little fish, sort of clean them. Sharks do the same as well. That was also an incredible experience. They are really big, they come very close to you. And I should probably mention as well, I've been very close to a humpback whale in the water, which was very, very cool as well.
do we head back out to, guys?
Okay, so we're going to head back out now and see our divers back in the water.
That's right, Pops Rocks, let's go. You just had a hat compliment come in. They like your hat.
Oh, thank you. It is a great hat.
You can see the shoreline straight across over there, guys. Still probably looks like between 2 and 3 kilometers out, I'm guessing. Look at the beautiful blue-green water that we have here. Just a few more waves than we would usually like to come out with. So the dive masks that the guys are using here are like a push-to-talk system. They have a little button at the bottom of the mask there. Hold it in, talk, and hopefully we can hear it. And they also talk between the divers' helmets too, so they can hear each other and chat to each other underwater too. Nathan already jumped in there. I might pass you over to Amy. She can take you back inside and we'll move over back to the underwater housing.
Okay, so we'll be with the divers again in a second. Just bring us through to
Are we back in the water?
We are back in the water.
And comms is all good?
It is, yep. We have connection.
Oh, we don't have a microphone. There we go. Now microphone.
Okay, sorry guys, I forgot to turn the microphone on there for a moment. So we are back in the water. And we've got audio communication with the divers.
Alright, so since they're just heading down now, we're going to teach Amy another little bit about the tech that we've got here. We can do picture-in-picture here, so we've got camera 1, which is on us. Those guys are under the water. We don't want you to miss out on anything that they are doing, but should bring us up on screen in the top left. Here we are, dive control. And you guys can still see what's going on with the divers under there. Anyway, we'll give you as much screen real estate as possible, so we'll just turn that one back off for you. Oh, we have an echo. That's that one. Alright, thank you for letting us know about that. That is sorted. Alright, you should be able to hear us now. Actually, I turned the wrong one off. We are sorted now, I promise. I accidentally turned off their underwater housing so they couldn't hear all of the nice sounds of them being underwater.
I feel like we've been here.
We've probably been here on one of the previous test dives, right?
Seems to be a lot of caves down there and rock ledges, which is good.
Hopefully Dave will be able to get us some good audio of whatever it is that he's finding down there as well. See, like little spots like that where there's this tiny little stream connecting rocks together. It's
That's it, yeah.
pretty amazing.
Definitely been eroded in a really cool manner.
Little starfish there, yellow starfish. can see the seeing is a little bit worse. You've got a lot of sediment being thrown around under there.
Yep, I imagine our divers are getting a little bit tossed around down there at the moment.
This is the spot we came for the other test dive, is it? So obviously...
There's a heap of big bullseye right here.
there's a lot of bullseyes. I think they're those little fish that we've seen a few of this spring, right? Pops Rocks, thanks very much for being here. Thanks a lot for your help, buddy. We'll see you soon. Oh yeah, there are a lot of them. Look at them.
Okay, so we've got another rock lobster. Just in this little cave here. Okay, so if you see on screen, there is like disc-looking green seaweed. That's halimeda. So halimeda has actually got calcification, so it's hard. It doesn't feel like your typical seaweed. Okay, thanks Pop Rocks, thanks for joining. Not a problem, it's been my pleasure. Hopefully we'll have another stream with you guys soon. Yeah. So there's a school of bullseyes on screen soon. We do. What was that, David?
So one of those endemic corals has just here and it's got its feeding tentacles out.
Okay, so David's had a sight of the endemic coral, and it does have its feeding tentacles out, so...
I'll see if I can get the camera up to it.
Fantastic. He's going to try and give us a better view. So for those of you that don't know, so corals are made up of tiny little invertebrates. So they have tentacles. So the hard corals have 6 tentacles, or groups of 6, and the soft corals have 8, or groups of 8. So normally at night time, but also during the day, sometimes they will extend those tentacles out to grab food from the water column. So this is the endemic coral here. So David was saying that at this depth of about 10 metres, he hasn't really seen them around, more at a depth of about 20 metres. So this is pretty exciting to see. So the polyps, which is the little individual invertebrate animal that live colonial together to form the coral, they're very small on that one. And there's some of the Halimeda algae to your right there as well, again.
It's amazing. It looks a little bit like an inverted mushroom, doesn't it?
Yeah, it does. Okay, so I know that it looks like there's a lot of sediment in the water at the moment, but that will be, the sand will go with currents as well. However, in areas where there is a lot of sediment build up on top of corals, it's not very good for them because it blocks the ability for the photosynthesis. So with corals, they live symbiotically with algae called zooxanthellae. And they use them to produce pretty much 95% of the food for the coral polyps. So when the algae need to photosynthesize, if there is quite a bit of sand on top of them, it makes it harder for them to sort of change the sun energy into the food that they need, and thus the food for the coral as well.
So is that another one of those corals there? The same species but a different type?
I think it's very hard to tell species for corals. We normally go off genus because the species is more on a molecular or genetics level. I think that is what he's showing us at the moment. It's a bit hard to see the structure of the polyps or the corallites, which is the surrounding part of each polyp as well. And that's generally what they do base coral identifications on.
See, he's got his UV light out at the moment.
Yeah.
Trying to show, hopefully, some of the fluorescence.
Another sea urchin as well.
looks like another rock lobster hiding away in that cave there.
Yeah, it's a little one. Oh, it looks like there's a few of them in there. Just letting you know, divers, there's no more cable.
Copy that.
Okay, Jason, can we get you down here for a moment? So this image, is that what's coming through? That's been stopped for a little while.
No, this is also there, so that's fine. Just, if you need to, you can hit that, and I will refresh that page.
Okay, so there's some really bright algae and sponges down there.
I apologise for not being down here so much. I'm still getting thrown around a little bit, so I've got to keep hopping up there and feeling a little less squeezy. Are you doing alright? Do you want to swap? You can hop out for a bit?
That's okay, we're dealing with it alright. Ah, okay, so there is a creature just then that quickly shot back into its tube. So this is a tube worm. So they kind of fan out, and as soon as you try to get close to them, they just quickly jump back into their little tube. So yeah, they're really great to see underwater. They're very pretty, very colourful.
Is it likely to pop out again, or is it going to be spooked for a while?
No, it'll be spooked for a little while.
We just lost our video feed, I believe. Oh, no, this is
It's just the projector. Yep, it's definitely quite rocky up on the boat. Hey guys, so what is this beautiful blue fish we're looking at the moment? Sorry, can you repeat that?
That was a beautiful blue devil.
Okay, so the lovely blue fish you're looking at the moment is a blue devil. Oh, and he's off. So we spooked him a little.
Now what you might find, guys, is because we've got the projector off at the moment, switching a battery over, Amy's looking at the same live feed you are, and when she's talking, that means that you're seeing it another 10 seconds late. So no major tech issues, but that would be why. So when we're looking at stuff on the projector screen, it's live for us, which means that as we talk about it, it goes out at the same time as that feed, and you guys are. I just love the colours, all of the vibrant colours that we get to see as the guys are wandering around down there.
It is, yeah, it's absolutely beautiful. So it's definitely not just the coral reefs that have all the colour. To make things a little bit easier on us here, I'm bringing this feed up at a slightly lower quality so it won't be...
You can hear the ocean!
Did he do what I think he just did? Hold a shell up to his ear and say you can hear the ocean? I think so. I'm sure they'll be able to have a quick chat to us here on stream as well. If there's anything in particular that you want to ask of Catherine as the marine biologist. That's all good. Great, we get our projector back. Thanks, Rob. On the fly tech fixes. Oh, we actually just lost our internet connection briefly there. Should be back again now. Yep.
Oh, okay. Ah, it looks like a Baler Snail.
Wow. First time that we've seen one of these on stream. Look at its shell.
Yeah, so that shells it. I saw two of these mating up in Exmouth. It was very interesting.
I love their very distinctive coloration of like white stripes that they have going on there.
Yeah, so this is a giant Baler Snail.
Do you know much about these guys?
I don't actually.
Hopefully. David, will tell us a little.
Hi David, is there anything you can tell us about the Baler snails?
Yeah, I wish I could. I'd have to look in a book. I know we find them around Western Australia and the southwest, but I can't tell you anymore.
Well, yep, it's a gastropod, but yeah, definitely not our area of expertise.
Very beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, they are. They're very beautiful. Have you found a few of those giant balers down there, or is this the same one?
No, this is the first one I've seen on today's dive.
Ah, okay. Okay, so I have a little bit of information on the origin of the name Baler for the Baler snail. So they were actually quite important to Aboriginal people, and they used them to store water. So the Europeans called them a Baler snail because they were recorded being used to bail out water from canoes by the Indigenous. yeah, it was quite cool to see the snail out of its shell. They are normally nocturnal, so usually more active at night time, so that's a nice find.
That's cool, so that's a crayfish that's molted.
Okay, so we've got a rock lobster on screen now. Oh, okay, so it's just the shell.
So he just splits open and pops out.
Okay, so we're explaining that the rock lobster has just split its shell open and popped out. So can you explain to our viewers when that would occur?
So usually in Western Australia it's this time of year. So a lot of the crayfish they'll molt and they call them lights and they end up chasing jewfish down into deeper water. So this is when a lot of recreational fisheries end up going out and catching crayfish for Christmas. And of course, like most crustaceans and insects, they molt out of their shells to become bigger. So I'm assuming the one that came out of this shell was a lot.
Yes, that's right. So whatever cray has come out of that, definitely in a much bigger shell. Okay, so we've just had a question about how often the rock lobsters molt. So the adult lobsters generally molt twice a year, whereas I believe the females just once a year. And yes, that does mean they are bigger, so bigger meal if you catch them. We actually have giant rock lobsters, so they get very big. I've seen them recently out on the Abrolhos and they are absolutely huge. Thanks for your question, Tracker0011. I'm actually not sure how long it takes for the new shell to harden. I assume it wouldn't be too long of a process. A couple of weeks, perhaps. Yes, I've just looked that up quickly. It's about 1 or 2 weeks for the shell to harden. Okay, so they're showing us some red algae on screen at the moment. So you how the kelp actually grabs onto, just twirling it around a bit for us. Hi guys, would you like to head back to the boat now?
Yep, copy that.
Do you want the camera back? They're just doing the safety stop. Yeah, sure, thanks. then this is my pond as well.
Well, it's still pretty rocky.
It is, yeah.
We're definitely going to endeavour to get out here on calmer days, which will give you even better views from under there and give us a little bit less of a hard time keeping our stomachs in check. Hope you've all had a good time watching us. We're not finishing the stream now, but hope you've learned a little bit. It's been great having the marine biologists out here to tell us all about what's going on. I definitely look forward to checking out the VODs later on as well, just so that we, I can learn a little bit as we're moving forward as well. David just out of the water now.
How's that blue devil?
Yeah, he was beautiful.
That was beautiful. Blue devil.
Someone did want to know if did you have your UV light on him?
No, not on him.
Okay, so
He's that colour.
Electric blue colour.
Yeah.
That's it,
That
yeah.
was a male. Sorry, male? Is it a female? No, it is a male. Oh, that was great. Weary and scared, but he was just like, oh, what's going on? Nice rock down there.
It was fantastic, a little bit more wavy than we would have liked. Cruise control, but yeah, beautiful day today. It did say we had something like a 20 or 40% chance of rain today, but not here, that's for sure.
how many meters would you say visibility was for that second dive?
2 meters. It looked a little bit rough down there.
Yeah, there were times where I couldn't even see the umbilical.
Right. Okay.
That was pretty. It was just stirred up a lot. You get that?
What was quite good though is that when you found something, the fact that you could move the camera. We got some great footage of the Baler.
Is that what it is?
Slug?
A Baler Snail?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's coming up. Yeah, I did. Yeah, that's the thing, like Nathan swam off barely a few meters, I'm like, where is he?
Right.
You just see the bubbles and then, yeah, that was tough.
You think we got some good footage today, guys? Thank you very much. There we go. Camera work was great, so that's down to you and Nathan getting a little bit more used to the equipment and stuff. Who was doing most of the camera work? Was it Nathan today?
Nathan was at the start and then we swap over towards the end.
Yeah, nice.
Shared load.
Take anything?
Oh, that's right. Actually, you can hold it up.
I guess you're off with that screen there.
Yeah, we can turn that one off, yeah. But yeah, guys, we're looking forward to being able to bring you out to different dive sites around the Perth metro area, at least in the short term. Once we've got more of our team members out and experienced with what we're doing and have a little bit more experience under our dive belts, we'll definitely look at moving to places like Rottnest and other spots in order to get some more great footage from underwater for you and some more learning.
He would have been doing a safety stop.
knowing Nathan, he's trying to get down to his last gulp of air. Are these his bubbles coming up from down here?
Yep, there he is.
There it is. See bubbles? Can't see a Nathan yet.
Really good.
Yeah, I was shocked as well.
Wasn't it just hanging about there for a while?
Yeah, I kind of had the light on top, which he was distracted, and then because the camera, he was like, whatever.
So for those of you who were watching us on stream yesterday, can you tell me how did you find the quality of the footage today compared to yesterday from the point of view of, you know, the actual video, like pixel like that? Just know whether it looked clear and more resolution and such today, or whether it was better yesterday. It's not going to be easy for you to see with us on gimbal here, but if I show you the wave size there, you get a pretty good indication of how knocked around we're getting. The gimbal's basically countering all of that, so it won't be looking too bad from your point of view. Oh yeah, there we go, there's Nathan coming up now. Not too much difference, Chris. Antics, welcome to the stream. You're just catching the end of the diving section of the stream here. That was good timing, Rob.
So determined, I'm getting this. Yeah.
Feeling a bit up here.
Guess it's harder when you're on a screen as well. Yeah, it was cool to find the Molt attacked as well. The cray Molt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that, sorry, Dan?
It was cool to see the crayfish Molt.
Oh,
It
right.
was like
Okay.
so intact normally there.
Oh, so it wasn't a crayfish. It's
No,
just a,
no.
right? Called a carapace for a
Yeah.
lobster? Yeah.
Carapace is the head and then the tail is the felson.
Right, okay.
Yeah, I don't know if they molt twice, but I know this time of the outlets where they're all molting. And they
Yeah.
say that they chase jewfish into deeper water, but I don't think we know enough. That's what they say.
Right, okay. So we're probably about 3 weeks away before the so-called running of the whites, right?
Yeah, yeah. Yep.
Hopefully the weather will be good and we'll be able to come check, get a bunch of just on stream. Is it like a migration, sort of?
I believe so, yeah.
Okay.
I've never seen it, I don't know. I know
Yeah, I
some
had to
people
pull
have
it out
got
of the
recorded
hole.
footage, so it's just like, to It's like the Christmas crabs coming out of the forest, I guess, and they're all the crayfish are just kind of walking down to the trenches.
Yeah, maybe. So how much air did you end up with in your tank at the end there, Nathan? Just under 10 bar.
Yes. So just had someone on stream saying Nathan's like, I pay to have this tank filled, I will be using all of it.
Yeah, well, I just used about 20 bar to get the anchor out of the hole.
Right.
Okay, I was right over there, I popped up. I swam back. And then I remember Rob saying that he wanted me to check the anchor. I went and had a look at it, it was down in a hole and I had to dig it out of the hole. So we didn't get hooked up on the way out.
Yep, well, that was lucky.
Hopefully it doesn't get hooked up again.
Right, I might give you that, you got to do that again.
A couple times I looked up for the camera and caught it and I was like, it's shot again. Lost it. You see anything?
Yeah, a really good feed of a Baler Snail.
I saw an interesting light from it's like it's hanging off the rock. It's out.
Just getting the wireless transponder back up
Okay.
before we kill it with the propeller. Well guys, now that the boys are back on the boat, are you it's going to be really windy actually. So yeah, ask any questions about that. I really appreciate you being here. Please check out the socials. Thanks a lot for all the us today. It's been an amazing start to the stream. And once again, thanks very much to Amy, Dave and Nathan for coming up with us today. We hope you learned a lot and had some fun watching us. Alright, we're going to drop the stream before it drops us, guys. Thanks again. And we'll let you know when we're going live next time. Give you some insight as far as some of these things that she's seen. Look at the amount of sea urchins around this area. Amazing. Let's try something, and hopefully I don't fall in. because that would be bad. I'm just going to see if I can chuck us into the water just a little bit here. Alright, so hopefully you'll be able to see the bottom there without me getting too wet. There, whoop, there we are. You almost lost me. That would have been funny. That'd be almost the second. That would have been almost the second time that I've just about fallen in water while I've been streaming. All right, I'm going to take our picture-in-picture off so you guys can enjoy the view. Yeah, wow. It's very clear down there. There's a lot of visibility. I still think that I need... Oh, is that an eel? Yeah, it is. I still think that I need to diffuse those lights a bit more. See, it's a little bit glary still.
Oh, just because of the light coming in?
No. I'm talking about the light from the unit. Oh wow! Actually, that wasn't an eel. That was an octopus.
We're having a bit of a clean bar rat.
And of course, I needed to have actually plugged the or turned on the input for that second microphone. So now it's on. Should be able to hear me fine.
And the first one I saw was a jumbo, and I was like, oh, hello.
You didn't have your loop, did you?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, you did have your
But I had the gun as well, so it made it a little bit harder to... I saw the jumbo and I was
Just
like,
sprayed water on the camera. You little bugger.
I just convinced him to come out and see
Sorry
me.
guys, I'm just going to have to
Sometimes
fix
they
that.
can be convinced to...
Can they? They're curious.
Yeah.
I thought they were skittish.
Sometimes. It just depends on the guy.
Okay, welcome again to the stream. We are live here underwater with a couple of our scuba diving friends. One of them is a marine biologist. Her name is Kat. She is the one operating the camera here, looking for exciting stuff to show you. The other one, Cameron, is an avid fisherman and hunter. He's the guy that you'll see on camera quite a bit with his spear fishing gear. So we've got a little bit of a joint test stream happening here. We wanted to see how good a quality we could get. Coral that's only found in this area, guys. So as a coral researcher, this is probably a bit of a jackpot for him for this dive. So do you mean this is native to this area in the entire world?